Hello, everybody. My name is Gemma Urton, and you may or may not know me from the telly box. I was in Emmerdale. I played Sam Dingle's girlfriend. Some of you may recognise me more for my hair being scraped back into a scrunchie with a big bun and no makeup on and constantly wearing hoodies and tracky bottoms, which was very comfy, but not very glamorous. You may know me from Holby City, or you may have seen me on Celebrity Dinner Date. God, that was a nightmare. Still single. But I'm more excited about the role that I'm about to play in terms of just being myself and talking to you. And the reason I'm doing this is because I care about you. And I kind of see myself as a little bit of a guide, if you'll forgive me. I don't know where I'm going to guide you, but hopefully we'll figure it out together. And I want to do a little video on being cheerleaders and friendship. And what I mean by cheerleading isn't the American term where we all run around with pom-poms on the football pitch. And to be fair, it's not proper football, is it? It's our football's the right football. I'm only joking. Cheerleading for me is about celebrating friendship and looking after each other. Now, at school, I know I look old, and it has been a long time since I've been to school. I'm 35. But I didn't have enough cheerleading at school. When I was at school, I got bullied. From the age of 10, my life really changed because those people that I thought were friends suddenly had a different agenda to what I did. And I can't categorically say where that change came, but I do think it was when I went from being a tomboy. I was always in my shorts and me t-shirt playing football. Very lively and chirpy. Can you not tell? And loved everyone and everything, and excelled in sport, in singing, in my academic, side of life. I was doing really well. But then puberty set in and goals changed in our peer groups and also in our school life. I'm sure you all know what that's like. All of a sudden you're playing TIG in the school field, and the next thing you're all of a sudden talking about Key Stage 3 and coursework and GCSEs and sports day and grants and all these things that just make you go, where did the innocence go? Where did the playfulness go? Where did the fun go? And it's scary. And it was for me. And I went from having what I felt was like all the friends in the world to feeling like the loneliest girl on the planet. And a lot of it was jealousy because I was doing so well. I think the green-eyed monster really set in. A lot of it was hearsay, and by hearsay I mean the little people whispering behind your back to try and bring you down. Lying. Just a lot of general nastiness was going around, and I felt totally lost. And because of that, just to fill you in with my backstory, I didn't know how to be anymore. And I developed anorexia, which nearly took my life 4 times. All of that stemmed, in part, and maybe we'll talk more about bits and pieces along the way as we do more videos together. But I do believe it stemmed from not having control over what people said or did to me, but having control of something. And the smaller I became, the less of me there was for them to hurt. And in hindsight, I know that was not the best way to deal with it, particularly because if I didn't have the amazing parents that I have and the resilience to get over that period of my life, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I would be dead. So I want to share with you some pearls of wisdom, some little nuggets, put some thoughts in your minds as to how you can flourish and be the best person you can be in life. And believe me, it's when you come together is when you become more powerful. And when you find a wholeness in your heart, rather than, one, being that person who starts the rumour, two, being that person who receives the back end of that rumour, three, you might not be treating your friends quite as good as you could be. Four, you might be feeling absolutely lost and alone because you don't understand why you're being cast out and why you're being singled out on the playground all of a sudden. And it's a scary world to be in on both sides, because we call it bullying, and the bullying is seen as a negative, and it's not right, and it's not tolerated, and it shouldn't be put up with. But sometimes there's a reason that the bully is acting the way they're acting, and sadly that can be taken out on, shall we call it, the victim. I don't particularly always like that word, but that's what it is. And it's heartbreaking. And it can really shape your future as to whether you, as a group, decide to pull together as a team or decide to go against each other. And that doesn't mean that you shouldn't strive for things. That doesn't mean that leadership's not important. But one thing that I've learned as an actress is there's no I in team. And by team, I mean cast. And one of the reasons I get employed so often, I like to think it's because I can act, but it's also because I'm kind, and I'm a team player, and I'm a cheerleader. And I cheer it from the rooftops when my cast members do amazing work on stage or on screen. I cheer it from the rooftops when I'm doing a tour right now. I cheer it from the rooftops when Mark comes into the dressing room and brings us a cup of coffee. I cheerlead in all aspects of my life. And cheerleading starts when you're at school. The essence of that family can be so beautiful and strong that it helps you all go like that. Now, whether you're going to be together forever, I don't know. I'd like to think that you do keep in touch with each other and you hold on to the cheerleaders of your group. But whether that be that you go off in your separate paths, I can still name the kids that I went to school with who I might not have contact with now, who really supported me and helped me. So look around the room, look at each other and think, can I be doing more to be a cheerleader? Can I be doing more to support that person sat over there who looks so sad, who feels so alone? Can I do more by talking to them about the fact that actually I don't feel so great either? And if you're the opposite and you do feel good, maybe you can be that person to lift as you climb. And by lifting as you climb, I mean reaching out your hand, putting it underneath their foot. This is metaphorical, but lifting them. Get underneath and push them up. And trust me, by doing that, you'll push yourself up too. Because there's a thing called ego. And ego can be a positive thing, or sometimes it can be a negative thing. Like in my world, you get divas, and their ego is very self-involved and self-important, and it's not a very fair share. But ego can also be amazing, because ego is the thing that drives us to do most of the things that we do. And we can use it in a good way by going, I know that person over there is not happy and they're sad, and I want to help them, but I want to help them because that will make me feel nice as well. So your ego is wanting to share kindness. So be cheerleaders. Be there for each other. And boys, that's you too. You can think of it in any way you want, but we are all cheerleaders together, and it never stops. And believe me, it's magic when it works. Look after each other. Oh, and also, pouts not sprouts. I'm filming this at Christmas. So if you are watching this in the summer, don't think I'm going crazy or anything. It's Christmas time. Oh, actually, Christmas. One of the best times of the year to be kind and to look after each other. Bye.